Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Mama Magic Gwentastic, and welcome to episode 1 of The Mind Crank, where we pit players against themselves in a battle of wits to see how much knowledge about useless and silly magic trivia they know. The rules are simple. We'll start each player with a deck of 30 cards, akin to what you may call points. They will try to protect their decks by answering questions to prevent themselves getting milled or losing points. At the end, we'll see how well they protect their decks and see how many cards or points they have remaining. At the end, we'll place them on our leaderboard to determine who will reign supreme at the top of the Mind Crank. Feel free to play along and see how well you do. And now, let me introduce this week's guest, Lowery Smith from the Commander Smiths. Welcome to the show, Lowery. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, of course. This should be interesting. I didn't even know really what I'm getting myself into, but it sounds like a lot of fun so far.
Well, I certainly hope it is. We've put a lot of work into this episode number 1. There's always going to be a few little glitches.
It's going to be perfect
in there, but if I've learned one thing from Stitch, glitches are great. So you're from the Commander Smiths. Tell me a little bit about this Commander Smiths, how you got involved. Some of our listeners may not know who you are.
All right. So the Commander Smiths is a podcast / YouTube. We do a lot of content on Commander in general. And my co-host, Adam, he's my cousin. We do it together. We've been doing it for about 4 years. We get to hang out with Gwen on our Discord, which is a lot of fun. And, or should I be calling you Mama Magic?
Either one's fine.
And so, we talk about, new cards that are coming out, decks that we want to do on YouTube. We talk about kind of theory and philosophy and just anything that we kind of want to talk about. And then we also do games as well. We do a little bit of staple versus where we pit 2 cards against each other. And then Adam likes to try and stump me with some flavor texts as well. So,
which is ideal because you are also known as the Savant.
That is not necessarily what I prefer, but
now, as we know, you play Magic, and your favorite format is Commander, based upon you being the Commander Smith. When and how did you start playing Magic?
Okay, so this was, I want to say it was back around like Revised or Ice Age. I'm going to guess Ice Age. And actually it was Adam. We're all kids and we're real young at that point. And, grade school, and he brought over cards and him and another cousin were playing, and I just watched and we're like, that looks like a fun game. And so me and my brother go and pick up some cards, and then just the whole cousin crew just kind of played Magic up until middle school ish. And then how high school goes and everybody kind of does their own thing, like sports gets really heavy, and I don't know, people have friends, I don't know, right? But we, and then we started playing again after college and got into Commander, and, but just those first years, you pick up like a Spirit of the Night from Mirage, just really, some of those huge creatures just really bring you in. Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like, everybody loves Lord of the Pit. That started way back then, right?
Spirit of the Night, a lot of keywords.
It is. I loved it. It was probably my first good card where I was just like, "Oh, this is awesome," and you just never get to play it because it was so big. It's like 9, 6 and 3 color or 3 black. Yeah. So aside from Commander, do you have another format that you enjoy playing, or another? I'm assuming Commander is in fact your favorite format. Yes, that was a proper assumption. Back before. I probably liked Modern for a while. Standard and I like pre-releases. I like Limited in that format, and that's about. But I liked Modern back at the beginning when it was first started. But I don't keep up with it at this point. So
Yeah.
it can be a lot. Commander's enough.
And Modern's changed a lot lately too. Modern's
It
certainly
has.
changed a lot. That. Do you have a specific favorite commander?
Shoot, I was thinking about this. Oh, no. I do. I had to talk with my wife about this beforehand because she knows me better than I do. But and she was just like, is there a commander that you use more or have more decks for? And I was like, oh yeah, Calamax. And I love
Such a salty
Calamax.
card.
I don't play it combo though. Like it's an easy combo card, and I get why people don't really like it. And we had it on the Salty 64 from your suggestion last year.
Oops.
But I have 2 different Dragon's Approach decks for it, and then a combat trick deck for it, and it's just a ton of fun to double up on some of the draw spells and kind of shenanigans. I kind of enjoy that deck, and Teamer, red, green, and blue cards are fun. This might be my favorite combo, like color combo, because I like Riku of 2 Reflections as well, and that's just doubling stuff.
Hey, I'm all about being a copy queen. Now, tell us a little something interesting about yourself that the listeners may not know about you. That's not related to Magic.
Well, this is another one that my wife pointed out. She thinks that it's weird that I don't have any feeling in my elbow.
What?
Do you have feeling in your elbow? I don't have this discussion a lot.
My elbow feels a little jealous at times.
Yeah? Like, yeah, oh my goodness. That's okay. So like, make me, wow. So like I can pinch my elbow and I don't, like I've had people like try and draw blood from nails and stuff in it and I don't feel it. Is that something that you have? Is that, or do you feel that?
No. If I lean down on anything sharp, that hurts. I certainly feel that.
You feel it? Well, I mean, it's probably more the skin than the elbow, but you feel it on the skin? Okay, maybe I am weird. I don't know. I thought you weren't supposed to. I thought it was weird that my wife felt stuff, because I would just like those loving, affectionate things. I just grab her elbow a little bit and she's like, what are you doing? It's like, you're not supposed to feel that. Okay, I'm sorry. Off the rails.
No, that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. That is a great way to start things up. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, now you're regretting having me on, but
absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Anyways, we have 6 games lined up for today. Are you ready to enter the Mind Crank and get some games started?
Let's start.
All right. We're going to start with game number 1. This game is called Did I Say That? So some cards have multiple printings with different flavor text. I'm going to read you 6 different texts. Some of them are going to be the actual flavor text. Others I've made up. It's going to be your job to determine if it's real or not. Each wrong answer will mill you 1 card. Today's card is Goblin King.
Okay.
But first, a quick reminder of what Goblin King does. Goblin King is a 2/2 goblin creature with casting cost 1, 2 red. It has other goblins get +1/+1 and have Mountain Wall. Just a note for some people, that includes all goblins, including your opponents. Anyway, are you ready to begin?
Yes.
All right, Goblin King flavor text number 1. How you become king? Me walk up to last king, then me stab him. King Glumbarg to late King Lumkill. Is this an actual text or a made-up text?
I'm gonna say this is made up.
That is, in fact, true. This is made up. Good job.
Thank you.
You got the first question right. You're on a roll. Goblin King, a flavor text number 2. To become king of the goblins, one must assassinate the previous king. Thus, only the most foolish seek positions of leadership.
Actual text.
Once again, you are correct. Actual text. Goblin King flavor text number 3. Two stupid goblins both wanted to be king. They each gave the other some poisoned wine. Now, there are no stupid goblins who want to be king. By the way, I said wine. It sounded like wine.
Wine?
Wine? Wine? Is
That's
this
a good one.
an actual text or a made up text?
I'm gonna go with made up.
Once again, you're correct. Woo. Goblin King flavor text number 4. Most goblins would kill for the chance to be king for just a day. Not many have lasted even that long.
Ooh. So I can't place this. This is good.
Most goblins would kill for the chance to be king for just a day. Not many have lasted even that long.
I'm gonna go with actual text.
I am sorry, but I do have to mill you one card.
All right.
Goblin King flavor text number 5. To be king, Numskill did in Blog, who did in Unkfil, who did in Videl, who did in Lol, who did in Alrock.
This is actual text.
Good job. Actual text.
There we go. I know that one.
And Goblin King flavor text number 6. The king set out to assemble the most kaboomiest goblin team in the land.
All right, so I think there is a card called Goblin Kaboomist. The king set out to assemble the most. I feel like this is real text, but not for Goblin King. But I'm gonna say it's made up.
I'm sorry, but this is an actual text. It was the Secret Lair Goblin King text.
Nice.
All right. 4 out of the 6. Not too bad for a start.
Not too bad.
Not too bad at all. Let's head up to game number 2. This is called Mama's Mashup. I'll describe 2 different cards in detail. You'll need to mash the 2 different cards into one. For example, if I describe the cards for Wilderness Reclamation and Reclamation Sage, you would answer Wilderness Reclamation Sage.
Okay.
You may ask for up to 4 clues by milling a card each. Each of the first 2 clues will give you a card image. Each of the last 2 clues will give you the card name. Each wrong answer will automatically provide you with 1 clue, thus milling you a card. Answer the final mashed up name correctly, and you will spare you from milling another card. You ready? Do you understand the rules?
I think so.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Let's just try this. All right.
All right. So once again, if I give you the cards for Wilderness Reclamation and Reclamation Sage, they both share the name Reclamation. Wilderness Reclamation Sage. We're going to start with mashup number 1. Our first card is a green enchantment aura for 2 and a green. It is an enchant creature. With enchant creature gets +2/+2 for each other enchantment on the battlefield. Our second card is an artifact for 4 colors. With creatures you control are every creature type. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. It has an activated ability for 3 and tap. Create a 2/2 blue shapeshifter creature token with changeling. It's every creature type. Mash these cards together.
This is very good. Okay, so I know that the second one that you're reading, that one is it's Maskwood Nexus. And the first one is also Maskwood, but it's something Maskwood. I can't quite. I know the picture ish in my head.
Would you like a clue?
To move it along, yes. So I got to mill one?
We'll mill you one card.
Okay.
Would you like to describe this picture?
Okay, so it is probably like a dryad or an elf, and it's kind of dancing, and it has this mask, like big, like New Year's Eve goggles on it, but they're white and everything's green, and she's pointing at something, kind of dancing on a limb. But it doesn't help me because I know it's masked with something. Masked wood. Is bothersome. I'll take another clue.
All right. I'm gonna go right to the name since you did guess the second card.
Okay.
This card is Ancestral Mask.
Okay. So Ancestral Maskwood Nexus.
Ding, ding, ding.
There
Ancestral
we go. Okay.
Maskwood Nexus.
All right. Okay. I'm getting this.
Let's go to mashup number 2. This says summon sorceress. However, it has been eroded to say human wizard. It is a 1/1 black creature for 1 black. It has an activated ability. Tap. Target creature other than this card becomes base power 0/2 until end of turn. Our second card is a 3/3 legendary creature, human and assassin. It costs 1 red, white, black. It has death touch and haste. When this creature enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent is the monarch, put a 1/1 black assassin creature token with death touch and haste onto the battlefield. Mash these cards together.
Okay, so the first one is Sorcerer's Queen, and the second one is Marchesa, Queen of something. Shoot. Okay. But the Queen, how would I mix those up? So Sorcerer's Queen. I'll take a clue.
Well, you are correct. It is Sorcerer's Queen.
Okay.
And it is Queen Marchesa.
Oh, okay. So Sorceress Queen Marchesa.
Good job. Good job.
Oh, darn it. I'm just milling myself for nothing.
1 mil.
Okay.
Sorceress Queen Marchesa. All right, we're going to go into a silly game right now. Game number 3 is called Background Checks.
Oh boy.
Sometimes we just don't pay attention to all the details of the artwork of a card. Let's see how well you remember what's going on in the background of selected card arts. I'll tell you a card name and give you 3 possible art descriptions. You just need to tell me which is the true description. Each wrong answer will mill you 1 card.
Okay.
We're going to start with Nausea, the artwork from Exodus. Is the actual artwork A, a giant frog with toadstools growing from its back, blowing onto a flock of birds, with half of them falling out of the sky? Is it B, an outdoor latrine surrounded by giant purple flies? Or is it C, a pink imp that looks like it farted, flying in front of 2 goblins, one of which looks like it's about to vomit?
So I like B, the one that's outdoor latrine, but it's not that. This is C, the pink imp that looks like it farted flying in front of 2 goblins, one of which looks like it's about to vomit.
That is, in fact, correct. This is such a silly artwork. For the longest time when I was younger, I used to think that these goblins had zippers on their mouths. Those are their teeth.
Those
are their teeth.
Yes.
All right.
They need a dentist.
Good job. Good job on that one. I hope the people at home got that one right as well.
That one's going to be tough.
Let's go to background check number 2. Animate wall. Original artwork from Alpha.
Mm-hmm.
Is the artwork A man knocked out on the ground in front of a wall that sprouted a giant arm and fist? Is it B, an angry stone slab wall with arms and feet scaring a lady? Or is it C, a bunch of bricks wearing a dress with a silhouette of a person cut out from a wall below a sign that says ladies clothing store?
Oh no. Oh. Okay, so it's not C.
You sure about that one?
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't put Alpha there, this could have been in an unset. That part could have been. All right, a man knocked out to the ground in front of a wall that sprouted a giant arm and fist, or an angry stone slab wall with arms and feet scaring a lady. I at least recognize B with an angry stone slab wall with arms and feet scaring a lady, but I don't know if that's it. But I'm gonna go with B.
Good job. It is in fact B, an angry stone slab wall with arms and feet scaring a lady.
That's
okay. I don't know, but the lady's more scary to me.
Look at her. Yeah. She could be casting a spell.
I don't
for
know.
all we know.
I don't know, but it is one of those funnier arts that I just always love. I love that.
Absolutely.
For those of you that don't know what Animate Wall does, target wall can now attack. Target wall's power and toughness are unchanged, even if its power is 0. AKA, target wall loses defender. It's an enchantment. Going back just a moment, for those that didn't know what Nausea did, it's a sorcery, 1 in a black. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Now it's time for lyrics. This is limerick time. I'm going to read you a magic-related limerick. Just complete the limerick to win. Each wrong answer will mill you 2 cards.
2? Hey, number 2.
Some of our listeners, if you want to understand that reference, we'll listen to the Commander Smith podcast. Limerick number 1. Alpha rules were quite demanding. This ability is quite outstanding. Blocking in a group or fighting as a troop. That's why I'll never understand.
Banding.
Banding! That is correct!
I still don't know how it works.
All right.
That's good. This is good.
I like banding, and I actually understand banding.
Is it?
Well, let's go to limerick number 2. Let's play a game and make you guess. I hope you don't become too stressed. You get no clue who is this little tutu I like to play with.
Let's play a game and make you guess. I hope you don't become too stressed. You get no clue who. It's a little tutu I like to play with. Oh. The little tutu. You get no clue.
All right, gonna have to put you on a timer here.
I'm willing to give this one up. I'm milling 2 here, huh?
I like to play with Manifest.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
For those that don't know what Manifest is, it's very much like Morph.
Yeah. Don't get a name? Perfect. Wow.
Yeah. Now we're going to go to game number 5. This one is called More or Less. Simply tell me if the item is more or less than the previous item in the list. Don't worry, I'm going to reveal the full order at the end. Each wrong answer will mill you 1 card. Today's topic is number of cards in the set. Our starting point is going to be Hour of Devastation. Just tell me if the next the next set has more or less cards in the set than Hour of Devastation. Journey to Nyx. Does Journey to Nyx have more or less cards than Hour of Devastation?
I'm going to say less.
Correct. Our next set is Fate Reforged. Does Fate Reforged have more or less cards than Journey to Nyx?
More.
In fact, it is more. Avacyn Restored. Does Avacyn Restored have more or less cards in it than Fate Reforged?
Less.
Oh, I am sorry, but it did have more. I am going to have to mill you a card.
Milling 1. All right.
Our next set is Shadowmoor. Does Shadowmoor have more or less cards in it than Avacyn Restored?
So it went Lorwyn, Morningtide, Shadowmoor, Eventide. Shadowmoor was the bigger set. But was that bigger than? Yes, that's more. We'll say more.
In fact, yes, that is correct. More.
There we go.
It is Shadowmoor. And our last set is Rivals of Ixalan. Does Rivals of Ixalan have more or less cards than Shadowmoor?
That was the smaller set of Ixalan, so I'm going to say less.
Very astute of you. It does have less.
Okay.
Hour of Devastation actually had 199 cards. Journey to Nyx had 165 cards. Fate Reforged had 185 cards. Avacyn Restored had 244 cards. Shadowmoor had 301 cards. And Rivals of Ixalan had 196 cards. And now to our final game of the evening. What are the rules anyway? Some official rules are just strange. Can you tell the difference of an official rule versus a fake rule? Each wrong answer will mill you 1 card.
Okay.
Our first card is Territorial Allosaurus. Territorial Allosaurus is a 5/5 creature dinosaur for 2 green. It has Kicker for 2 and a green. Kicker is an ability that you may pay an additional 2 and a green as you cast a spell. When Territorial Allosaurus enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it fights another target creature. Which is the official rules on the Gatherer website for Territorial Allosaurus? Is it A, plan carefully before kicking dinosaurs? Is it B, you don't want to become dinosaur? Or there are no weird rules for this card?
There are no weird rules for this card.
No, it does officially say plan carefully before kicking dinosaurs.
Fantastic. Wow. Okay. All right. I will mill 1.
Hey, that's a scary looking dinosaur. I mean, you don't want to kick it. I mean, there's this little mushroom man, and it's got to be peeing in his pants.
For sure. I don't think I've ever noticed that little mushroom, that little fungi. But
yeah.
If dinosaurs were around, I don't kick reptiles or anything, so yeah, I guess I wouldn't kick dinosaurs either.
No, don't go kicking any dinosaurs.
No.
Yeah, that's don't go kicking dinosaurs.
the sage wisdom of TLC. I love it.
Yep. Our next rule card is Rhythm of the Wild. This is an enchantment for 1 red and a green. It has creature spells you control can't be countered. Non-token creatures you control have Riot. Riot is an ability where the creature will enter the battlefield with your choice of a +1/+1 counter or haste. The official rules in the Gatherer say, A, but we're not going to tell the Grulls how to live their lives. Does it say B, every Gruul may be wild, but they all have rhythm? Or there are no weird rules for this card.
I'm going to say B. Every Gruul may be wild, but they all have rhythm.
I'm sorry, but I did make that one up. You will have to mill another card. The actual answer is, but we're not going to tell the Gruul how to live their lives.
That feels appropriate as well.
And our very last card and question of the evening is Surtland Elementalist. This is an 8/8 creature giant wizard for 5 blue. As an additional cost to cast the spell, you may reveal a giant card from your hand or play 2. Whenever Surtland Elementalist attacks, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand without paying its mana cost. Are the official rules listed? A giant card is a creature card with a creature type giant. This one happens to be a wizard too. Deal with it. Is it B, a giant card is a creature card with a creature type giant? Presumably, it will be the same size as all your other cards. Or C, there is no weird rule for this card.
Okay, so a giant card could be a tribal card. That's not necessarily a creature card. But both of these say...
Yeah, this one happens to be a wizard too. Deal with it. Or presumably it will be the same size as all your other cards, or there is no weird rule for this card.
I'm going to go with A.
This one happens to be a wizard too. Deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I will have to mail you one more card. It is, in fact, presumably, it'll be the same size as all your other cards. Kudos to Wizards on this one. Unfortunately, this happened to be your worst game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We need to freshen up on our rules a little. But that was absolutely awesome. Thanks for playing. And now your final score. We interrupt this program to bring you, oops, I made a mistake. I accidentally told Lowery that he had 20 points when he only had 19. Oops, I made a mistake. Sorry. That puts you at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Considering you're our first player, everyone else has something to live up for.
It's about the only time I'll win, so.
That was awesome. I sure hope you had a lot of fun with that and enjoyed, and I hope the listeners at home had a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Did you do better than our contestant today? Let me know. Anyway, I want to thank Lowery Smith from the Commander Smiths once again. And if people want to find you, how can they find you?
Any podcast or YouTube or whatever, just type in Commander Smiths. We're on Twitter. We're I don't know, TikTok? Yeah, we just started that. So yeah, type it in and you might find us, I guess.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you again. And thank you to all of you listeners. Feel free to leave a comment. Let me know how you did today. And did you beat today's guest? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps me out a lot. Once again, I am Mama Magic Gwentastic, and this has been the Mind Crank. And remember, be happy, be true, be you. Bye.